Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, so far we are almost done. But what we're gonna do today is work on the sign in and sign up forms. Um, okay, so basically we're just gonna do the design, the validations, and the complete configuration of the login and sign up registration process. We will do that in the next couple of videos. So in this video, we're just gonna focus on the design itself. Okay, so just so that you know, original, I think in the introduction video, um, the login and sign up form were looking like this. So basically, this was the design that I showed. Um, but I've had a change of mind or a change of heart because for some odd reason I just don't like this design anymore. So I worked up another design to go with. Um, so let me show you. I did this within Figma. So basically, I think this is a much better design as opposed to this one. I don't know. I just didn't like anymore how it looked. The design is still pretty much the same. It's just a couple of changes. The main one is the yellow ribbon showing here and the image itself. Everything else is pretty much still the same. But with the other thing was that the login and registration form was basically expanding the whole page. So this was a full page, and so with this particular design that I did here in Figma, it's the form container and the image itself is going to be centered to the middle of the page, and the form is just going to be a bit smaller than what I originally did. So yeah, I've changed it a bit. So yeah, I hope that doesn't annoy anyone. But like I said, there isn't too much of a difference. The only difference is that it's no longer going to be expanding the full page. If you did download the project from the GitHub page, you will see that the login form is pretty much like this. But yeah, but in any case, I'm gonna go with this particular design. If you want to keep the other one, you can still do that if you know how to if you want to go with your own design. Okay, so let me stop rambling. I'm gonna close off Adobe XD, and then I'm gonna be working from Figma over here. All right, I think I'm gonna start with the login form. Well, actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a template for the forms. The only thing that's gonna be different is the forms themselves, but everything else will stay the same. All right, so I'm gonna come back here to VS Code, and I'm gonna close this. And so here within the master folder, I'm gonna create a file in here, and then I'm just gonna call that forms.blade.php. All right, and then in here, just gonna build up the template, and I think here we'll do the same thing. We'll yield, and then here we'll just say page title. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into the template itself, and then I'm just gonna copy all these resources here. So I'm gonna copy everything, but we're gonna leave out the main.css. So I'm gonna come back here and then just paste it there. But then I'm gonna remove the main.css. Actually, no, I'm gonna change it to form.css. We will create this file just now. Okay, and then what else? Let me see. In the template, we also have the bundle.js. I don't think we'll need this, but I'm just gonna add it in this form. Okay, so now that we have this, let's see. Let's first start off with the login form. So in here, I'm just gonna create a file in the root directory of the views folder. So in here, I'll say login.blade.php. And then from here, I'll just say extends master and then dot forms. Okay. Okay, cool. So now, we need to create a route for that first. So I'm going to open up the terminal, and then in here, I'm going to say PHP. Actually, let me see. Yeah, I just pressed up so that we can. So the first one I'm going to do is the login form, the login controller. Sorry. Um, so as you can see, it's PHP artisan make controller login controller, and then I'm going to press enter. I'm not going to flag it because we're going to create custom fields in there. All right, and then now I'm going to go into the login controller here, and then I'm going to create the method to pull in the login form page. So let's just do that and say public function. And should I call this, let me just say sign in. Yeah, sign in, right? Then I'm going to say return view. And then since our login form page is sitting within the root directory, all you have to do is say login, close and paste there. Okay, so now we need to go within our web .php file, and then right above where I say dashboard roots, then that's where I'll create my login page, whatever. So route get, and the name of this is gonna be sign in. Should I say sign in? Let's just say login, and then here we're just gonna say login. Then here we're gonna say login controller, and then class, and then obviously we're gonna say sign in. All right, let me just put some space there. Okay, so again, just remember this must be imported at the top, so it's showing there. All right, so now I'm gonna come back here to our website, and I'm gonna type in slash login. All right, nothing bad is showing there. So now let's create that form.css file. So I'm gonna come back within the public folder, and then in the CSS folder, I'm gonna create a file here called forms. Okay, I think I called it forms.css. Let me just double check. It's forms, type forms. Okay, so now let me just close off some of these dashboard, show, edit, application, and then main.css. Okay, um, so like I said, within the design, I made it so that this particular what you call it, this particular form is going to be centered to the middle. So to do that, uh, let's just say border box. Uh, so I want the body to expand the whole viewport height. Okay, so we're gonna say height and then 100 viewports. So because the form isn't gonna have that many contents, it's safe to just use this a fixed height on it. Okay, so the background color um, is gonna be, let's just say hash F4 F4 F4, which is a light gray color. Actually, let me just make it a bit darker. All right, so if you come back here, we're just gonna say refresh. Okay, so now within the forms, we're gonna create um, Okay, that's the ID. All right, so I want this to center to the middle of the page, like we did here, because within this content wrapper, we're also going to be displaying messages within it, and it's also going to contain the form. So the body, then what we're going to do is we're going to say display flex align contents center, and then what else? I think that's fine. So now what we need to do is let me close this. Here I'm gonna take this wrapper here. Okay, and I'm gonna copy this ID. Okay, so now I want to give it a border so that we can see what's going on. Right, so the border is going to be 1 pixels and solid and then red. Right. Oh, another thing is that, remember, to center it um, to the middle, we need to also give it a class. So the class we're going to give it is container. Apologies for that. Class and then container. So what this will do is that it'll give it some margin from left and also from right. So if we refresh, as you can see, I hope you guys can see the border there. I can make it a little bit thicker, maybe about 5 pixels, so that you can see that it's there. Can you see it? Okay. Let's see. Align item center, display flex. Okay, so we can even give the body some padding actually. Let's just say padding top and bottom, we'll just say about 50 pixels and 50 pixels. Let's just see. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so now I'm just gonna make this 1 pixels again so that let's make it 2. Okay, so now within the form we need to now create the div that's going to contain the form elements. So I'm going to put a comment. Actually, I'm not supposed to do that actually. So what we will do is, let me see, let me just say form. Okay. Uh, all right. So this is where our form is going to be, is going to reside within this particular div over here. So we need 2 things. We need 2 columns, which is this one over here and this one over here. This one is going to contain the form, and then this one is just going to be an image. So for that, we're going to say, again, I'm going to create another container. And then in here, we're going to create a row. right? So the first column is going to be image container. So the ID is going to be image container. Okay. And then the second column is going to be form. Let's just say form container. I know my naming convention is a little bit effed up, but yeah. So we're gonna say let's say inner container. So I'm naming it like that because the first one has what you call it, the ID of form container. So I'm just gonna change this comment here and say inner container. Okay. So let's start with the form itself. All right. So here at the top we have this div over here that wraps around the heading of the form, which is the name of the application and the subheading. So in here we'll say, let's just say form header. Okay, so there's going to be an H, let's say an H, let's just make it an H1 dot display, let's just say 5, actually let's say 4 dot main font, and then this one would be food lovers daily, right? And then underneath it we're going to have a subheader, which is going to be an H5 dot secondary font, and then with an ID of txt italics, right? So it's going to be food recipes and then health tips. Okay. Oh, by the way, for these to work, we also need to add the classes, right? So the image container, I'm going to make it so that it spans about, let's just say about 3 columns, right? So let's just say call sm and then 3 columns, right? And then the inner form container is going to span about 9 columns. So I'm going to say call sm 9. We will change this. We will see as we design it. We will see if it corresponds well. But for now, let's just give it these columns, these column widths. All right. So let me just save that and refresh. Okay. Food lovers daily. Oh yeah, I need to add the main font and the secondary font from the main CSS file. So we have to go back at the top. So I'm gonna copy. Yeah, from here. I'm gonna copy all that. Then I'm gonna paste it here, right above the form contain wrapper. Save it there, and then come back. All right. So that's our thing. Okay. So let's see. right, class. Okay. Oh, sorry guys, I forgot to add this within a class. I put it in the ID. So class. Okay. All right. Apologies for that. You probably saw that, but yeah. So let's try again. Okay. So it's sitting in the middle. Um, I'm gonna give this success. Refresh. Okay. So now this is for some odd reason sitting in the middle. So clearly I'm doing something wrong somewhere. But in any case, this is the form container. Let's remove this class and place it. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Okay. All right. So this one, I want to give it the main background color. So as you can see, main.bg color, it's going to give it that bluish color that we've been working with so far. So I'm going to copy this class here. And then I'm going to give this form header that particular class so that it has that background color, and paste it there. Then I'm going to say text white. Okay, so now let's reduce this the column width of this header, I mean of this form container, and then also increase the image container one. So let's make this 8 columns and then this 4 columns. Save it. All right, that's a bit better. So let's see if we can center this to the middle. So we come here with it says form header, and then we're gonna say let me see, align items. I think it's gonna work. Let me just see. I've never used it without the flex box. Yeah, that doesn't work. All right. The flex, and then flex column. Right. Okay. So there it shows. So now let's see. Now we need to add the form elements within here. Okay. So right underneath where it says end of form, we're gonna come there. We're gonna say card. Right. Then we're gonna say card body. And let's just put some nonsense there. Okay. Refresh. All right. So that's our card body there. All right. So now the first thing we need to do is give it this header here. So that's going to be the card title. So the card title will be NH5, and then with the secondary font class, and then what else? Let's just leave it like that for now. Let me also add card title and say sign in. I'm gonna save that and refresh. That's way too small. Let's say display 3. That's way too big. Display 5 again. That's slightly better, right? So now the next thing is gonna be the form. Okay, so right underneath where it says card title, I'm gonna say okay. So in here, as usual, we're gonna create form groups. Okay. All right. Let's say input. I'm not gonna put a label there for now. Text. Then I'm gonna say name. This will be email. And let's also change this from text to email. And then the class is gonna be form control. Form control LG, and then BG light. Save it. See how it looks. Okay, I hope you guys can see that there. Um, I hope you guys can see the form there. Okay, so now I'm gonna put a placeholder. Say username or email. All right, check it out and see how it looks. Okay, hope you guys can see that there. Let's see. Let me put a margin between the title and the form. Okay, that's a bit better. All right, so now I'm going to copy this. Paste it right below that. Let me add a margin as well. Margin MB, which is going to be 3. I'm going to do the same here. So this one is going to be password. And then on the placeholder, I'll just say password. All right, save that. Check it out. Okay, so that's the what you call it? That's the 2 fields. Okay, so now we're gonna add the button. I'm gonna paste that there, and I'll remove this. So I'm going to say button, and then btn, let's just say warning, right? And then I'll say sign in. Believe that's what I did. Sign in, yeah. Okay. Um, let's see. What else do I need to add here? Oh yeah, type is submit. Let's check it out and see how it looks. Okay, that's the sign in button over there. Okay, so initially I had the whole, don't, let me just zoom in there. So I initially had this text next to the button, but I'm gonna put it right beneath it. So, and the other thing I want to do is give this a border. So I'll say border. Let me see how secondary looks. Yeah, I think that's fine. And I'm gonna also give it a shadow. So for that, I'll just say shadow, and it should be fine. So beneath this, I want to put the, well, in fact, I don't have to put it within the form. I just have to put it after it. So I'll do this right below the form where it says end of sign in form. I'll just say p dot, I'll say lead. Actually, no, I'll say small, and then I'll say text muted, right? And then in here, I'll say don't have an account, question mark, and then I'm going to put that in span tags, and then class will be text. Let me see, primary. I'm going to also put it in bold text. Sign up. Okay, let's, made a spelling error there. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so now let's put some space in between there. So here I'll just say margin, sorry, margin top. I'll say 4, and margin bottom I'll say 3. Okay, okay, that didn't have any effect. Let's see, let me just give this to the form. Or actually, you know what, the simplest thing I can do is just put a BR tag here. Okay, that's a bit better. All right, so I know there's some changes as opposed to what I originally designed here, but I think that should work. The only reason I'm doing this is because I want the image, container to be a bit longer. All right, so here, this is the sign. So this link here will take us to the, in fact, that's supposed to be a an anchor tag. Apologies for that. Uh, It's technically supposed to be an anchor tag. So okay. All right, what else? Then below that, I just want to put a back link where it takes us to the home page. So again, right underneath that, I'll just make an anchor tag there. So I'll say a dot btn, and then btn sm, sorry, dot btn sm, right? And this will go to the home page. And then in here, I'm gonna put an icon, fa left. Let me put circle left, then I'll just say back. Let's just see how this looks. Okay, so I don't want this on the same line as the, so let's just put a BR tag here. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks fine. So now let's just deal with how the image is going to display. So we're going to come back to the top here where it says column image container. So now in here, what we will do is copy that. Right below there. Okay. And then what's the name? The ID is image container. So we're going to come back to forms.css. Okay, so background image. URL. Okay, so the image that I was planning on using, it's this one over here, login register. So you should find the same image if you've downloaded this project from my GitHub page. You're gonna find there's an image there that says login register image. So I'm gonna minimize that, then go to images, and then wait, hold on. Okay, it's this one, not the old one, this one. Okay, login register image. Okay, and then background position, center, and then center, background size, cover, background, repeat, and then no repeat. Right, I'm gonna save that. Let's see if it displays now. Okay, there you go. All right, so okay, as you can see, there's a bit of a space between the form and the image itself. So for that, I'm going to come back here within the forms blade, and then because of this column thing, it or by default it gives it a padding. So what I have to do is say, I think it's padding, but I'm going to say padding 0, p-0. Let's see if it makes any changes. Nope. So it's margin. See now. Okay, that did nothing. Let's do the same with this one. Column margin 0. That didn't work. Okay. Oh, I know why. No, actually I'm correct. Margin 0, margin 0. Hold on. P-0. Let's see if that makes any difference. Okay, so it's padding, not margin. Okay, I want to remove the margin and see if it makes any difference again. Okay, it doesn't, so it looks like it's the padding that affects it. Okay, so now the image and the registration form are no longer so, but this is a bit large, so um, let's see. I'll increase this to 5 and then this to 7. No, that doesn't work for me. So I'm gonna put it back, save that. Yeah, I think that's fine for now. All right, so um, what I want to change is the length of this what you call it, of this main wrapping column, the one that's in the red border. So this is, I think that's no, that's not the container form wrapper, right? Let's see, form content wrapper. Okay, so it's this one. Okay, just want to see something. 8. Oh, okay. So that at least affected it. So let's give it about 10 columns. Hmm. I think that's fine. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's a little bit better. Let me see. So what we can do is change the columns of the image and the form. So let's come back here. Let's say 5 and then 7. Uh-huh. Okay, so I think that's a bit better. At least it's not too lengthy from what we had in originally. But we will see how the registration form plays out because I know that could make the biggest difference. All right, so now since we have this, now this is supposed to be the template. The only thing that's going to be different within the what you call it, the what's going to be different is the form. So I'm going to copy from, I think I'm going to copy from here, cut that out, right? Then I'll say yield. No, apologies. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to cut out from here where it says don't have an account all the way up to where it says sign in form. I'm going to cut that out. I'll say yield form content, right? And then I'm going to come back here to the file we created here, the login file. Remember, it's extending this forms.blade. So let's say section form content, and then paste all of it in here. So like I said, the login form and the registration form will have the same styling. The only difference is that the only difference is the form itself and all the other elements. Let me just indent this, right? Okay, so let's see again if everything is still in order. Okay, nothing's changed. So the only difference is that the back button is going to be the same on all pages, and then we'll just inject our form here. So now let's create the, let's see. In fact, I think I could have taken this as well. Yeah, I think I could have taken this as well. So I'm gonna take that and paste it here because the title belongs to this particular form. So in any case, it makes sense to have it in here, right? Again, let's just refresh to be sure. All right, everything's still the same. So now, what we can do is that we're gonna copy everything we've done in here. We are in the forms.blade.php file. We're gonna copy everything in here. Oh, actually, we don't. Apologies, we don't. So let's create a registration file in here. Um, okay, so we'll copy what we did within the login form, right? And then paste it in here. So instead of sign in, we're gonna say sign up, right? And then this one we will change from don't have an account to already have an account. Sign in instead of sign up, right? And then here we'll say sign up. Okay, so now what we're going to change within this form, let's just change that ID from sign in form to sign up form, right? What else? So we are going to have, if you come back to the design, we are going to have a first name, last name, email, and then password and password and confirm password. I hope you guys can see any of that. I forgot to change these from password to confirm, right? So basically this is it. So now I'm going to copy these two here. Reason being is that I want to put them in a row. Right, and then paste them back in here. Now we will say call and then also add call. Now we're going to remove the margin bottom because these two are going to be aligned with each other. Right, and then let's change that from password to text. Sorry, the name needs to be last name, and then this is going to be text, and then this is going to be first name. First name, last name. Okay, so basically what we're doing here is aligning them each next to each other like this. So for that to work, we need to put these two elements within a row and then give them the class of column, and then that's what will happen. All right, let me just indent just a tiny bit. Okay, and then let's see, I'm going to copy this form group, place that outside the row. This is the end of the row, right? And then this is going to be email. Email. Okay, I'm going to put a margin between that, margin bottom 3. All right, email. So now again, what I'll do is I'm going to copy what we did here at the top with the last name and email. So I'm going to copy from row up until end of row because I want the password and the confirm password to also be aligned with each other. So to do that, I'll just indent this. To do that, I'm going to copy that and then paste it right below where it says email, and then change this to password, and then change that to password, and then this to confirm. Placeholder as well will say confirm, confirm, right? Sorry, this is password, not confirm. Okay, so, and then this is the sign up button that's already configured. So basically this is our registration form. So now let's create a controller for it. So for that, I'm just gonna press the up arrow, and then I'm gonna change this from login form to registration. Sorry, not registration, register controller. As you can see there, PHP artisan bake controller, press enter. Okay, so now we have a controller created. So when we come to register, here we're going to get the registration page. Right, so it's public function register, or wait, sign up. Okay, so return view. So remember, it's sitting within the root folder of our views folder. So all we have to do is say register. Wait, did I name it register? Registration, sorry. Registration. All right, and then in the web.config web file, web.php file, right below where we did this, the login form, we're going to come down and say, let's just call it register, and then we're going to change that from what did we name the controller? Register controller. Okay, and then this is sign up instead of sign in, and then this is register. Okay, all right, so let's just make sure it's up there. Yes, it is. So now let's go to the registration page. So in fact, we can even wire up this sign up link here. So if we go back to the login.play.php file, here we can say route, right? Then here we want to say we named it register. Okay, and then in the registration form at the bottom here, we can say log in. Oh, sorry, route. Then the name of the route is login. Okay, so as you can see, that's what we named it there. So let's refresh. Okay, so if we click here, it should take us to the registration page. Okay, so can you see that? It's showing us the registration page. So obviously now we have to deal with the fact that this is overflowing over the main container. So that means we have to reduce the padding at the top and bottom. So we have to come back here, and then what we can do is change this from padding top to padding top, sorry, instead of padding all around. So let's see how it looks now. Okay, let's reduce the padding a little bit. So let's make it 100. Oh, okay. So let's go back to sign in and see how this looks. Okay, that seems fine. Sign up. That seems fine, Now I want to put some margin between the email and password and confirm password. So let's go back to the registration page. So let's see, this is margin bottom. This is also need to be margin bottom 3. Come back. Okay, so can you see that? All right, so this is our sign up page. This is our sign in page. I know it was a little bit messy designing this, but like I said, I had a change of heart. I actually didn't code. I'm actually designing this for the first time, or coding it from the first time. So but yeah, look, the original design that I had, I just didn't like it anymore. This is a little bit better, and it doesn't fill up the whole page. So I think this is fine. This will do for now. All right. And then one of the reasons this red border is touching at the bottom is because we're using Flexbox on this, the flex box functionality on this. And so by default, it will stretch out the full page. So now let's just remove that red border all around. So for that, we'll just save that. All right. Nope. Let's leave that and save it. So if you check now, the border is gone. So now let's remove the green border around the main form wrapper. So we need to come back to where it says forms, and then I believe this is where the green border is coming from. Let's remove that, refresh. Okay, so that's our form. I believe I put a shadow on here, didn't I? Let me say shadow. I think we can do without it. Let's leave it out. Okay. So yeah, that's basically it. Let's see if when we do. Oh yeah, by the way, we need to wire up these two buttons as well. So what we can do now is come to the partials folder, navigation, and then we're gonna come where it says sign in, sign up. So here we're gonna say route, that's sign up, sign in, so that's gonna be login, and then this one route register. Okay, so if I come back here and refresh and I click to sign in, there you go. Let's go back, sign up, there you go. Let's go back. We can also do the same here, I believe. In fact, we don't need this one. Let's just leave it. But at least the two main buttons are now wired up to our sign in and sign up pages. So yeah, man, guys, I think that's all for the video. It's already long enough. I didn't anticipate that it will take this long, but we have our registration page and sign up page already set up. All right, guys, so that's it for the video. I know I was bouncing around a lot and this video wasn't really organized, so but I hope you guys were able to follow along with what I was doing. And again, if you like what you've seen so far, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys within the next video. All right, cheers for now.